Washington Post made a very salient point the other day, and that is that Rupert Murdoch could save lives, thousands of lives, not just in the United States, but that's what this is focused on. If he would force Fox News, the floaters that sit in that sewer, that toilet, and spread their lies and deception, if Murdoch would just force them to tell the truth about coronavirus, let them bull fucking lie and step on each other's dicks all night, all day if they want to, but at least about coronavirus, all Murdoch would have to say is, tell the truth. But Murdoch is a fascist pig. He don't give a shit. He's a billionaire, like so many billionaires. I don't give a fuck. Just keep the money rolling in, boys. The Post, the writer of this media column, for some odd reason, I don't have the person's name here. But anyway, the columnist writes, the insidious feedback loop between Trump and Fox News is no secret. That's true. How many times does Trump start tweeting shit while he's still on the crapper in the morning, trying to get all those cheeseburgers out of him, and he sits there with his whatever the fuck it is, and he heard something before he got out of bed to head for the crapper on Fox. He heard something, and he went, oh yeah, okay. And so then he starts tweeting that to make sure it goes out to his 60 million tweet people, right? Unfucking real. And then vice versa. If the slime at Fox News hears some outraged statement that Trump makes, then they repeat it. And then Trump says, well, I heard it on Fox. Like the writer says here, an insidious feedback loop. When Trump says jump, Fox leaps into action. And what the president hears on Fox News often dictates his own pronouncements and policies, which are then glowingly represented in Fox News' coverage and commentary. I mean, it is a hold on. It's a destructive, sick, fucked up relationship. But it's one that makes Rupert Murdoch very, very rich. This insidious feedback loop, as the media columnist at the Post says, that's never been anything short of dangerous, since the effect has been to create a de facto state-run media monster, Fox, more devoted to maintaining power than shedding light on the truth. Now, you know this. I know this. If there were a media organization in this country that should be removed, and interpret that any goddamn way you want, I don't care, but that should be removed, it is the Fox sewer. The damage that it has done, continues to do, and will do as long as it is on the air, is incalculable. Now, the millions, and yes, there are millions of people who swear by Fox. It's their primary news source. I don't know how those people manage to get through the day with nothing but lies, innuendo, bullshit, misrepresentations, distortions. And these are people who share citizenship in this country with you and me. Maybe y'all could get on a fucking boat, with your leader and get the fuck out of here and leave the United States to people who like the country, rather than people willing to follow a fascist pig and the fascist pig's network. And I refer to Trump and Murdoch. Bastards. Bastards. There's one person who could change all that. The mind meld right now between Fox and Trump is potentially lethal because Trump continues. I don't give a fuck what he said today in the Rose Garden. That was bullshit. That doesn't change his mind. Some of his close advisors, like his daughter or his fucked up sons or the little Nazi Jew, Stephen Miller, somebody said to him, well, you're going to have to go out there and fake it, Mr. President. Be calm. And he almost got through it until he insulted two of the reporters, especially when he wouldn't take responsibility. This fucker never takes responsibility for anything. So whatever his demeanor was, whatever his attitude was, I truly do not give a shit. A. B. Don't believe him for 1 nanosecond. Trump is a pathological liar who can only lie. So, when Trump plays down the seriousness of the coronavirus, and he hears nothing but applause for that from his favorite little fascist state-run media outlet, Fox Toilet, he sees little reason to change. Why should he change? And like I said, Murdoch being a fascist billionaire, he doesn't give a fuck. Murdoch is 89. And he still exerts his influence on the Fox sewer, regardless of talk about his two sons, especially Lachlan Murdoch, who I believe is the more rational of the two sons. And there was talk about trying to change the image of a propaganda outlet to a news outlet, but that'll never happen. It just won't. There are enough suckers and fools and assholes in this country who will continue to watch Fox, continue to provide the eyeballs that the advertisers are most interested in. And the companies that advertise on Fox, you fuckers, you capitalist piglets, you. So there are 2 or 3 million people, 5 million. I don't know what it is. I know it's not as big as the networks, but so you got all those millions of eyeballs, you capitalist organizations, and you don't give a goddamn what's being said. You don't care. You don't care how many lies are being told. You don't know how much bullshit is being pumped into the bloodstream of this country. You don't give a fuck, you companies that advertise there. Why don't you do something? Fuck Murdoch. Murdoch's never going to change. He is what he is. He's a decrepit old son of a bitch, a Nazi if ever there was one. He's not going to change. But the companies who advertise, who support that outrageous propaganda machine, didn't you sons of bitches who run those corporations, don't you have any knowledge of what was determined at Nuremberg during the trials of the Nazi death machine and how much responsibility was laid on the German capitalists who kept it fucking going? Don't you know? Of course you don't, you ignorant bastards. You don't know anything about history, not even that recent. You went to school and got your fucking MBAs, didn't you? Or whatever it takes to run your goddamn capitalist horseshit companies. Might as well be countries. Yeah, it pisses me off. If I could ever see a bit of corporate responsibility, I'm not talking about, we give so much money to Little League or so much money to the Scouts or so much money, fuck all that. I'm talking about showing responsibility. Stop with the global warming shit that you guys do, or you women, all of you do, constantly, you capitalist pigs. Pay attention to what America really needs. We don't need another goddamn derivative drug that's going to treat the symptoms of diabetes. How many fucking drugs do you see on your television every day that treat the symptoms? They don't treat the disease. They treat the symptoms of heart disease. And every goddamn one of them in the sotto voce quietness down in the bottom, it says, well, this drug may fucking kill you, but it will bring down your blood sugar numbers by 3 or 4 points, but it may kill you. Fuckers. Where was I? Oh, yeah. All of that because the companies that support the Fox propaganda network. You know, I hope, I probably won't live to see it, but I hope there will be a day of reckoning. I really do. Where corporations that continue to advertise on that network will get their due. I hope it happens. I know that shit doesn't happen. I realize that. I realize that. But it's one of my fantasies that there might be justice done. Shit. Chris Wallace, who is the Fox Sewers independent, it says here, and tough-minded Fox interviewer, who serves as the network's chief reality officer, I'll give him that, has revealed that the executive chairman of News Corp, that's the name of the corporation, and co-chairman of Fox Corporation, likes to give feedback on what he sees on the network. What Murdoch sees on the network. Wallace said, according to The Guardian, quote, he cares tremendously about the news. When I have contact with him, he never is asking about ideology. All he wants to know is what's going on, what's happening. Tell me. Really, Chris? Really? Really? Bullshit! He's going to ask you, sweetie? Huh? Get fucking real. Even the writer here says, that's a little hard to believe. Oh, that Murdoch asked Chris Wallace, hey, what's going on? What's the news? Tell me. What? Shit. Given Fox's long history of Clinton bashing and birtherism lies about Barack Obama and peddling conspiracy theories, oh yeah, Rupert, you fucking Aussie bastard you. Well, he's not Aussie anymore. He's American now, isn't he? They threw his ass out. We got him. Woo! So imagine, the media writer at the Post writes, so imagine if the word flowed down from on high that Fox News should communicate to Trump that he needs to take an entirely new tack on the virus. Imagine if Murdoch ordered the network to end its habit of praising him as if he were the dear leader of an authoritarian regime and would instead use its influence to drive home the seriousness of the moment. But that bunch of fuckers, like, what's the morning show on the couch where those three assholes, the two bimbos and the woman, sit there? Fox and Friends. They sit there on that couch with the coffee table that's too fucking low, and they look like, I don't know, they look like department store mannequins, right? All three of them, the two bimbos and the woman. Jesus. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to The Ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com. And never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.